What up, everybody? So we're just going to go ahead and get started here. As everybody probably can assume, what I want to talk about, we're going to talk. I'm going to give it a few minutes. Not a few minutes, a few seconds. Let's get some people in here, and we're going to go ahead and have a good chat. We're going to talk, and we're going to go over what went on last couple days with our government, Afghanistan, where we're going to go, like what we should be doing. We're going to go over those things. So we're going to give some likes, some shares. Let's get it out there, and we'll give it some time, and then let's get started. What up, guys? So we know today's kind of a rough day. Let's be honest, right? We had some bad news. We all woke up to some bad news. We didn't want to hear what happened in Afghanistan. Our president gave a half-ass address this afternoon. Super frustrating. What do you do? I want to touch on those things. I want us to touch on it real quick, have a quick conversation, maybe touch on a few things of what we can do and how we can do better, and bring everybody together and figure out how we can make progress. Because it seems like everybody is frustrated. I am super frustrated today. Super frustrated. So we're going to go over some of those things. And I just felt we need to talk. And so it's not going to be a super long show, super in-depth show, but we need to talk about some things. And Sherry, that's true. But like elections, sometimes decisions come with consequences. And we're going to touch on that for a minute. And as Rose has said, please like, share, get it out there. Let's talk about this thing real quick, and we're going to go over some stuff. First of all, everybody, please, let's pray for our service members that are being asked to go into Afghanistan, and the service members that are active that are nervous about being asked to go over there. Let's make sure that we're always thinking about them and caring about them, along with our military and service members here. Like, so many people we need to worry about right now. I have family staying with me because I have people deployed in my family right now. So today is a rough day. But I don't want to be all doom and gloom. I also want us to talk about how we can do better and what our options are, how we can do things. So I just want to touch on those things. So if we want to address Afghanistan, like right now, we got 13 service members that have passed away due to what has happened in Afghanistan. That is the update I know of as right now. We have a total of 90 people that are dead in Afghanistan. And these numbers, of course, can change, so it's going to go up, I'm sure. But then we have 150 additional that are injured, and those are Afghanis. It just says 150 injured is what I've read so far. So that could be Afghanis, could be service members. I'm not quite sure. It's a lot of people that were hurt. A lot of people and family members that are hurting or don't even know what is going on right now because they might not even got the message yet. And it's scary. And so I felt the need to come on here and let's talk about it. We need to look at these situations on how we can come together and unite and protect our people and our country. And right now, our leadership in our country is garbage. I'm trying to be polite and not really scream the words that want to come out of my mouth, but it's garbage. We know the leadership in our country is garbage. And if anybody wants to say Joe Biden is a great president and a great leader, please let me know. I would love to have a conversation with you. But when it comes to this situation, I'm worried. I made a post earlier today, and I asked, do you want Biden or Harris as the president? If we are going to impeach Joe Biden, you are putting Kamala Harris in as president. Is that better? I don't know if it is. I'm fine with impeaching. I'm nervous on if Camel Toe Harris is any better. I think she could even be worse. But we also don't know if Joe Biden's even making any decision, right? And so we got to look at these things and understand decisions and actions have consequences. So we got to be careful what we're asking for. And I honestly am indifferent still. I don't know if Harris is much of a good option over Biden because they're both horrible in my mind. Harris could definitely be worse, Gail. That's for sure. She definitely could be worse. And that's where I'm thinking, I'm like, where do we go? How do we solve this? Like, this is where my support for what happened on January 6th comes into play. And I'm not calling for action of physical and violence or anything like that. But our government, and Shelley, yes, that's what I'm going to touch on right now, is our government is becoming a tyrannical government. We were warned about this since 1776. We were told about this and warned one day this would happen. And the reason why this would happen is because of tyranny. And so we got to be careful with how we do things. And I'm not saying we need to go raid a Capitol or raid a White House, whatever. I'm not saying that. Things can come to play and we can do things, but we got to be logical in how we make decisions and how we do it. And Kelly, we can, because if anybody watches my favorite clip from my favorite kids movie, Bug's Life, we outnumber them 100-1. We outnumber them 100%. So there's ways it can be done, but I don't think that's necessary yet. One of the things that I wanted us all to come in together with is I don't have an answer on the whole thing with our government right now. I'm still trying to figure things out, figure out options, because if you impeach Biden, you put Kamala in. If you try to impeach Kamala, it could take some time, and she might automatically appoint a new VP, which could be Hillary Clinton. It could be Elizabeth Warren. It could be Chuck Schumer. It could be anybody that could just be as evil as any of them that are in there right now. Any of them. So what do we do? Because then if you impeach the vice president before she appoints another vice president, you likely end up with Nancy Pelosi. So it's tough. And yes, Suni, I agree with you. Screw Joe. I'm 100% on board with you there. This is bigger than Joe, but if you want to get rid of Joe, we're going to have to talk about Nancy, not dealing with Kamala, which I don't know if it solves it. I want us to start looking at these situations as ways that us as Americans, we need to see this as a time of need to unite. We need to come together and figure out how we solve this together. And the immediate solution, sure, if we want to go the impeachment round and go through that, let's do it. Let's go. But we can't all do this running around like a bunch of cats. Like, no, we're not going to be herding cats. We have to do something united together. And in Sunni, 25th Amendment, that's likely. Absolutely. I don't disagree with you. But if we can look at this stuff and figure it out and come together and go through this stuff together, united as one, as our country, we can actually come through this and actually figure out a solution. And that's what I'm asking for. I made a post earlier this week is around all of this thing, around all of this stuff. There was a post that one of my friends posted on Facebook that I shared. He was talking about with God, James, I think it was 2:26. I should have had the post ready. I'm sorry. All in all, the post was telling you, focus on me. Jesus was saying, focus, and God was saying, focus on me and not the storm. And I think that's what we need to look at right now. Look for guidance when it comes to God, and also look around to our people and how we can come together and how we can unite and come up with solutions to solve this stuff. And those are the big things that I think we need to focus on right now. And I don't really have a full solution. I promise you I'm going to keep diving into this and figuring out what we all can do. But I think the first steps are letting God guide us. Have him give us our proper guidance on where we need to go and how we should handle things, and have faith in him, along with uniting with your fellow countrymen and coming together so we can take care of this together. That's the only way I see us starting right now, is uniting. My favorite day ever in America, which I've said a few times on our shows, is 9/12/01. And the reason for that is no one looked at anybody other than as an American. And I want us to get back to that. And that is the only way I see this getting solved. Our military works as in they are united and they are going to tackle it as a team. Us as Americans cannot tackle this individually. We have to tackle this together. And that's what I think we have to do. And I don't know who just commented on Be the Change page. I'm assuming it was Russo. Do you think unity is possible with the status of the left? I don't care about the left. Let's start with our team. Why do we have to start with the left? Let's get everybody together on our team and figure out an action plan and start taking action. That's what I'm saying. The left, it's a little tough. As Russo, as you already know, you and I are going back and forth with Jay on my post. The left is tough. But if we start uniting together, we know 81 million people didn't vote for Joe Biden. We know that. We know 74 million plus people voted for Donald Trump. So if 74 plus million people can come together and see a solution and solve it by our side, I don't see how we can be stopped. And I don't see anybody calling for that anymore. I see everybody is just trying to tackle everything on their own. And we need to start coming together and uniting and focusing on the same goal, which is America. And that's what I want us to do. I didn't want to make a really long show, but I just felt the need to come on and talk more about this, because I see all this about impeaching Biden. I see all this about 25th Amendment. Yes. I see all of this stuff about getting rid of Biden. Is that really the answer? It could be. But it's like we're herding cats. Everybody's just running in their own direction. There's nothing uniting us. There's nothing bringing us together. There's nothing seeing us to the same goal or same resolution. We need to start focusing on that. And I want to see us start doing that. That is a big part of Be the Change. That is a big part of the Streetlights Unity movement. It's a big part of what we have been doing for a very long time. And we got to get back to that. And I just wanted to jump on, talk a little bit, go over that stuff, what I felt, because I don't do individual shows, as you guys know, very often. It's always with everybody else. But today was an interesting day, I will tell you. And I really felt the need that America needs to unite in some way. And we can start with our own team. And let's do it. I think we can. So let's unite everybody. Let's try to unite and don't fight. Be a streetlight. I'm definitely not any Cash or Russo by any means. But we got to start getting back to that. And I think that is our first step. Then we can start focusing on letting God guide us and tell us where we need to be and how we're going to do it. So I love you guys. Have a great night. I just want to jump on real quick, share this quick message. But let's start focusing on it, and you'll hear more from me on some next steps on what I think we could do. And we're going to start focusing on it and pray for every American soldier that is active right now, and even not active, American soldier, because they could be sent over there in harm's way, and we do not want them there right now. We do not, even though a lot of them will volunteer, but we got to ensure that they are safe in some sort of way. Have a good night, guys.